better chance because they're more experienced, and Buntus has clearly taken control of the net in the second set, in the fourth set, sorry. So I think they've got like a higher chance, but we'll see.
We'll see indeed.
Love ball, play. Service over, 1, love.
Full shot. They're very sharp at the net, aren't they?
Love. Service over, 1, 2. Two, all.
Long rally indeed.
We've got a game. We have got a game.
Service over.
It was the left and right combination that won them that point. Kui and Man Wei Chong.
And Buntus responds.
Service over, 3, all.
Good power from Buntus.
4, 3.
I'm going to ask you to call this one soon. Who you see as taking this fifth set?
I would still say Buntus and Shawal. Mainly because of their experience.
Shown there as Buntus just pushes into the corner.
3.
He's also playing a bit quicker now.
Oh, it's long. That is potentially a game-changing point. If he can control that one. They're still in the game at 5-4, but instead, your prediction looks like it may well be coming true, Hui-Ling.
6-3 actually. I think they've got quite a huge edge now. Buntus and Shawal.
It's difficult to tell the body language of young kids, isn't it? The shoulders are hunched, but they're hunched naturally.
20 seconds.
Still looks like he's enjoying the game though.
3, play.
Wow, Misban puts that one out, so.
7, 3.
Oh, sorry, it landed in, Big point.
Service over, 4, 7.
The left and right combination again.
When they get that into play, it's dynamite. They couldn't there, and it's edging towards Misban and Buntus.
4.
Lefty righty.
Service over, 5, 8. Service for call.
No, not at that
Service
time.
over,
Oh, Oh dear.
5.
And then an error. Is this experience or inexperience?
10. Match point 5.
Match point.
Game.
Well, it's a brave effort, but Misbun and Vuntus eventually say enough is enough, fellas. We cannot be embarrassed, and it's a 3-2 victory for Petaling Jaya. But absolute nothing but credit for Yijian and Puchong.
These two youngsters played really well, actually. I'm impressed. 15, 16-year-old.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Petaling Jaya, BC.
11-2, 11-5 in the last two sets, and Misbun and Vuntus will make their way over to talk to JD. And I wonder if there's going to be relief edged all over their faces.
All right, we're down here courtside with the winners of the men's doubles match. First, Vuntus, what happened? Because the first set, the boys took it, and then you came back. Walk us through the whole match.
At first, we had a bit problem with our communication and combination and all. And then this is our first time partner. And again, we did our best lah, that's all.
3-2 winners, maybe New Year's partied too much, I don't know. But Ms. Boon, how do you feel coming into the Kopiko Purple League 11-point system? You played very young doubles team. How do you feel? Are you happy with your performance?
At first, I was quite nervous, but at last, we just managed to play our best. But yeah, this tournament was so great, and it was my pleasure to play with this tournament.
Perfect. Thank you so much. The winners of Petaling Jaya, BC. All right, back to you in the iBook Court commentary box while we give away some rackets.
Indeed, Petaling Jaya have taken this one, but as we see from these match highlights, Misbun and Vuntus in the far court, although they won it, Hui Lin, my word, they had to work extra hard to do so.
Yeah, I think, like Vuntus said, they had quite a combination misjudge, I would say, in the first and third set. But they started to pick up things in the last set, and they picked up on speed as well, which I think was the key point to them winning the game.
Speed it was indeed. 11-5, 11-2 is what the score was in the final two sets. As the Kopiko Purple League it's a 15-point match for Petaling Jaya. That will put them up to the top of the table. It'll put them on to 70 games won. Puchong and Hua City are on 61 games won. Obviously, Puchong and Hua City have got games in hand, as do Ampang Jaya on 60 and Kepong on 58. As for Kajang, they will move. What did they get? They got 7, didn't they? So they'll move into 10th place. They will leapfrog Nusa Jaya, but they will remain in the bottom 4. Listen, we've got another game coming up later on tonight. It starts at 7 o'clock. Hui Ling, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed your first involvement in the Kopiko Purple League commentary box.
I have indeed. It's a great experience. Thank you.
Kajang have taken this one by 15 points to 8. The Sports Arena Sentosa. In the end, deservedly so. Sorry, Petaling Jaya have won this one by 15 games to 8. Quite the other way around. So sorry about the graphic there. We've got that one the wrong way around. In the league standings, we'll show you them in a moment. But the results from today: Wei Sheng beating Kopong 3-love. Millicent Wiranto overcoming Linda Agnes for a 3-love victory for Kajang. And then Eslan and Victor going down to Chang and Jagdish. Yogendran and Prajakta. That was a good match, a 3-2 game. Kokhong getting the better of Kinyik, and then, as we saw there for Kajang, Kwek and Man, the 15-year-old pairing, losing 3-2 in the men's doubles. So here is the revised league standings. Petaling Jaya do indeed go to the top of the standings. 70 games won, a games difference of 32. Puchong on 61, Hua City on 61. Kajang, they do move up a position, but only onto 35 games won, a minus 40 games difference. So they are going to struggle, but they gave enough notice that they're going to be a team to reckon with. Listen, the second game starts at 7 o'clock, but from Hui Lin and Des Kokil, it's bye for now.
welcome once again to the Kopiko Purple League. This is the second phase of competition from the Sports Arena Sentosa. If you were with us, and I'm sure you were, myself and Donald Spears in the commentary box. For the first phase, you would have seen something quite exceptional in the world of badminton, not just in Malaysia, but in Asia as well. First league system, as you can see there from the league table, that was after the first phase. Actually, no, I stand corrected, because there was another tie, of course, played on this first day of the second phase. As you can see there, played 5 right up at the top. It was Puchong Jaya taking on Kajang earlier. Donald, you were there for that. How was that for a match?
Well, Puchong Jaya were very confident in their games and won out quite comfortable winners in the end. I think Kajang have not really had maybe used the break to the best advantage to get themselves back into this league so far. So Puchong proving how strong they are, I think, in their match today.
Now this, of course, is our second tie for the evening, and as you can see, it's absolutely full of big names as well. So Ampang Jaya taking on Puchong United, and look at that massive tie match just to kick it off. Sony Dwi Kunchuro taking on Liu Darren, but also Go Cap Chin, one of our tips for the developmental stars. He'll be turning up later on in the lineup.
Right now, let's bring on the teams for this next tie.
As we
first
have our on-court
the
MC,
away side.
Jason Desmond.
Ladies and gentlemen, Puchong United BC. Your captain, Marcus Kiddo. Yu Hong Kei. Tan Wee Gin. Tanongsa Sombutsug. Lai Beijing. Tan Ek Kwan. Agripina Prima Ramanto Putra. Li Ying Ying. Liu Darren. Your coach, Lee Whitney. And manager, Irina Inozemtseva. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the home side, Ampang Jaya BC. Your captain, Ong Yu Sin. Tan Wee Tan. Muhammad Syawal Muhammad Ismail. Go Giap Chin. Siobhan Lai Jemmy. Terry Hyung Kai. Muhammad Amza Zainuddin. Ho Yan Mei. Sonny Dwi Kuncharo. Your coach, Kwan Kam Chong. And manager, Ho Kek Mong. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, the 2 teams for this tie. Puchong United BC and Ampang Jaya BC.
So we have our 2 teams. Badminton clubs, I should correct myself.
All right, thank you very much, captains. Please lead your teams to their seats. We're gonna have a chat with the managers
sure
right now.
We're about to hear from the 2
captains
managers.
to their seats, first singles players back to your place.
We're going to be speaking
yes,
to JD.
A lot of respect.
On
Let's head over that side. All right, we're down here courtside with the managers before the start of this tie. First, let's speak to Ho Kek Mong, team manager for Ampang Jaya BC. Not many changes to your team lineup, which could be a good thing, but how would you rate your team's performance in the first half of season 1?
For the first half, our players have been performing very well. So that's why we obtained the 4 consecutive wins. So we decided not to change anything because they are the best lineup for my side. So I just asked them to play their best. Yeah.
Now, a lot of things we don't see behind the scenes. What have you been working on for the second half of season 1?
During this break, I've been looking into my team, see who can play in the second half and who can't play in the second half. So I actually recruited some of the players here just to ensure that we can be in the best lineup for every tie.
So you're in the best form ever. All right, we'll see what happens there with Ampang Jaya. But first, let's have before we get to the start of the match, let's chat with Irina Inozemtseva, team manager for Puchong United BC. Now, what happened for Puchong United during the break? Was it, I mean, you had new players, change of strategy. What happened during the break?
You're absolutely right. You can see the total changes with the players. As you see, the Tommy is no more in the second season. So we will recruit a few new players, which we analyze each match against the teams which is left. So we will pick up the players accordingly to each match and the strengths of the players, which is match we need certain category to play. Fortunately, we have to take out some players currently for the rules, but we will still, we hope we will fight for every match. We'll see how our strategy goes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So this is technically a top of the table clash. We'll see who takes top spot. Right now, it's back to you in the Ivocourt commentary box. Let's get the matches going. One more time, let's shake hands before the start of the matches. All right, let's go.
And these are the lineups.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Kopiko Purple League. We're here live at the Sports Arena Sentosa. And
as you can see, Lou Darren and Sonny Dwi will be leading off their teams.
Second and fourth.
And as is the format with the Kopiko Purple League, the men's singles will be followed by the women's singles, men's doubles, the first men's doubles, the mixed doubles, men's singles, and second men's doubles. 6 matches within each tie. And of course, if you are completely new to this tournament, then you'd realize that every single point, badminton point that is, counts to the final score at the end of the season. That's going to be in February. And that's our first match. Men's singles, Sonny Dwi, legendary name, Donald.
Yes, and this is really quite an exciting game that's coming up. Now we've got Sonny Dwi who looked very strong throughout the Purple League so far. The 11-point system suits his style. And Darren Liu's had a bit of an up and down time in the last couple of months. He's had a win and a loss in the Purple League.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how these players match up today.
Well, of course, the great thing about this second phase, and as I said, if you are completely new to this tournament, then there was a first phase that included 12 days of action. And in that, of course, 4 match days for each of the 12 clubs that are taking part. And there was a 3-week break over Christmas. And in this time now, we're about to see the teams at full strength. So a lot of these players are off on international duty. Of course, Lou Darren is part of the Malaysian national setup already. And so he does travel around. And he only made his debut in the Kopiko Purple League just a week before the season break. But as you just heard from the managers, different strategies now. It was a very experimental phase for the first month or two, so they were settling on the structure of exactly which players. And also interesting to note that that now they've transfers. Basically, transfers have been happening. You would never associate that word with the badminton world, but you can if it's a league system. And there will be new players turning up to boost the table position for each of these clubs. Of course, Puchong United right up there at top. They had a fantastic first phase. And let's just see whether the teams who've all been on this court now at least 4 times have fine-tuned their strategies. You can see that Sonny Dwi is ranking 27, but he really has been there and done it all. Very balanced player. Happy New Year to Stephen Ong, the umpire, as well.
Yes, and Sony Kankura has had a lot of success against Chongwei as well.
That's right, that's right.
Just looking at the records, and of course Liu Darren has a similar style to Chongwei, playing partner for many years. So I wonder if some of that experience from Kankura will pay him dividends today.
It is, and I said, I think it was on the final match day of the first phase when we saw those incredible matches that went to double match points, and we had the likes of Kuki and Ket, of course, ousted by 18-year-olds. We had 15-year-old doubles partnerships that were taking on, silver medalists. That's what the Kopiko Purple League in its first season has already delivered. And now that these teams have fine-tuned, or maybe, as I said, they've all taken their 3-week breaks and done different things with them, maybe we will actually see more of these upsets happening. I would actually have to say that if Liu Darren could pull this off, it would be a great feather in his cap in terms of his development as a player.
Well, I saw him in the warm-up area earlier, and he looked very relaxed. He was smiling, and that's a good sign. I think he has to realize that Kankuro is such a technically experienced and strong player that Liu Darren's got to dig deep now and find something extra on the athletic side to somehow get past the defense of Kankuro and the shot making, which we know is very strong. Okay. So now let's see if he can do it today. As Donald said, there's an 11-point system that's also unique to the Kopiko Purple League. Very fast games.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it changes
right.
strategy towards
Puchong
the game.
United BC
11 points can be won or lost very quickly indeed. So as the players get introduced.
And on my left, Ampang Jaya
just before we get started, of course, a very happy new year to each and every one of you watching as well. And thanks for joining us on Astro Supersport, Astro Arena, Astro
Puchong
on the go.
Catch
all the action from the Kopiko Purple League as we get underway with the men's singles. Not surprising there, a quick start.
1 love. Service over. 1-all.
It's quick from Kankuro, but makes the error, the cross-court drop. But he looks lively this afternoon.
They have, of course, been busy over their 3-week break with, well, there's a lot of promotional activities, well, it being the first season. But I'm sure that a large part of that was down to training. A high lift from Sony. Well, that was out. A very interesting point, though, as both players were trying to control the momentum of that point by powering those clears to the back line, trying to open up the opportunity for the smash. In the end, Sony shoots it wide. Liu Darren, of course, was playing in the Axiata Cup just before he made his debut. I'm already seeing a great rhythm and tempo in this match.
Yeah, Liu Darren was pushing the pace there a little bit. A little bit fortunate though on that lift, which was clearly mid-court, and Kankuro not getting his accuracy on the overhead shots.
And that's the thing about the Purple League, of course, because if you don't get your shots very soon, game's over. It's a very quick exchange of points, especially, of course, as you can imagine, in the doubles. And with having 6 matches in each tie.
Service fault call. Service over. 2.
Service fault calls.
We've seen a fair few of them in the first phase. Was there any in the first match or in the first tie this afternoon? Plus, if you want all the details on the league table and all the results, then log on to the official website, www.purpleleague.com. Well, there are, of course, on that website also highlights and reviews, some of the match days, and actually lots of competitions as well for you, the viewer, and all the people that turn up here at the official tournament arena, Sports Arena Sentosa. And over Christmas time there was leaning rackets worth 1,000 ringgit. They will be given away. And the chance for the fans to meet the stars as well.
Well, that's the second cross-court cut drop from Liu in exactly the same position, just funnels it down to the floor.
That's a very Chong Wei shot, actually, as you were mentioning beforehand. He has played and sparred with number 1.
And we thought that Kankoro would be starting the match at the faster pace, but so far Liu Darren has had the quicker hands, the quicker feet. He found himself 6 points ahead.
And 6 points has been proved more than enough in this 11-point scoring system.
Service over, 3-8.
No other choice but to play that left from the net. Gave the impetus of the point to Sony. Who then controlled it from that.
Good to see Kankoro taking his time.
That's the thing about these experienced players, they know how to manipulate the rhythm who's there of each point and therefore the games. Some of them have been caught by surprise, of course.
Kankoro just working the backhand of Liu Darren.
So Sony with the serve. He is 5-8. That was well positioned. Very well positioned.
9-5.
Backhand clear. Not the most trusted of shots.
Well, if Kankoro thinks that the backhand is the weaker side of Darren Liu, he got a shock there.
Yeah. That was nicely nicked. Took it very early.
8.5.
So, looking good so far for his lead. This is game point.
Service over.
He may have lost that one, but he's got a few more.
10.
You always got the feeling with that point that it was never going to quite go Sony's way. It was completely out of position. So, as we were just saying, with the speed of play for each of these games, each of these matches within the tie, it can be over so quickly, no matter how experienced you are. But of course, taking nothing away from Liu Darren, the fact that he is actually, compared to some of the players that are in the tournament, very experienced indeed. He's been around. He's played a lot of tournaments for the country already. But it's the likes of Go Gap Chin, for example, will be turning up a little bit later on.
Well, that was a very impressive first game from Lou Darren. I thought that in some of his previous games he had looked somewhat sluggish at times, but he was quick and refreshing in that opening exchange, and Conchoro was left wondering really how to get into the game after having made maybe 3 errors in a row at one point.
It was also a pacing thing in that he was playing the 21-point game in a sense. He started his first 3 or 4 points thinking he can move into a rhythm, and Lou Darren cut him down there, forced that 6-point lead, and from then on it was just a real case of defending it, but he did defend it well. So Puchong United take first blood in this tie,
Second game.
as they have been doing in a number of their ties.
Play.
Again, Lou Darren just quick onto the slightly soft mid-court shot from Conchoro.
That's exactly what he's been doing. He's just been waiting for the opportunities. Of course, those unforced errors as well have also been creeping into Sony's game.
Love.
As I said earlier, Lou Darren was involved in a number of other tournaments as the Kopiko Purple League kicked off. So perhaps that 3-week break, or relative break, really has freshened him up. We're seeing the real deal here. That was in my direct line of sight. That was right behind him. Go nice.
Very nice net shot from Lou Darren at quite some distance back from the net.
There's too much on that. His court coverage has been great, but it's that sting that we just saw there that has really kind of been missing from his game up to that point.
Finally, Conchoro gets the chance to express himself. And again into the net. He's had a bad time from the back of the court.
He has indeed.
Something not right on the range.
He's currently double on the unforced error count. 8-4.
Silva, 2-5.
Now the question is, has he warmed up enough? He can pull this back, because he's definitely not going to be wanting to lose this game.
Nicely controlled by Lou Darren, and a powerful cross-court smash. Conchoro just couldn't get anything on it.
That has been the trademark of this opening game. A little bit more speed, not necessarily that much more guile, but definitely more decisiveness to his attack.
Okay.
It's in.
7-2.
Things really aren't going his way right now.
Very close, just on the line. Oh, again.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
That's confident from Lou Darren. He is showing his critics that he knows how to play this game. Very difficult overhead smash.
And you could see
Takes
the
it
way
beautifully.
you could see the way that Sony was actually trying to move forward towards the net and control that point. So that was more than an outright winner. It was an outright killer. Deftest of touches. No problems at all so far for Lu Daren. Looking at the team sheet, it's obvious that Ampang Jaya would have been looking to Indonesian star to be bringing in some points. Games.
Lu Daren has been playing some very precise net shots and drop shots.
His range has been fantastic so far. That was also very good stepping back.
The net shots of Lu Daren tight in, and Conchuro just has to take that extra step to get to the shuttle. He makes the mistake on the lift, and Daren has been very confident today in punishing anything which is half court.
He's got that snap in his wrist as well, which you just saw.
Yeah, very deceptive power.
Well, that was nicely held in the air just for a second longer. Redirected. On the backhand side. But I still think that Sony's going to need a little bit more than that if he's going to well, get anything back from this match, because currently Lu Daren is on his second game point. You just saw that. You just saw that wonderful change up of pace, and then the killer shot at the end.
That really is a sign of a player playing with a lot of confidence. Conchuro tries to play something safe, but Daren is straight there.
So Puchong take a
strike
2-0 lead, 11-6, 11-4, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that wouldn't have expected this to be going this way. But as you said earlier, Donald, we're seeing fresh, re-energized, rejuvenated stars.
There's something very nice to watch in Lu Daren today. He's very light on his feet and deceptively moving quickly and getting himself in the right position from the shuttles. Just striking them very nicely when he has the chance. But Conchuro's got to say he will be disappointed with himself. He's made a lot of errors in the first game. And he's not putting the shuttle in the right places. He's putting them in easy places.
And if you're not going to put it in the right places, then you should really pick up the speed of your game. And he hasn't been doing that either. So he has been leaving a lot of holes for Lu Daren to exploit. And to his credit, he has taken them very, very well as well.
That's right, and maybe some chances to smash. He's elected to either clear or drop Conchuro, and hasn't worked out for him.
There have been some players that have easily adapted to the quick 11-point system. There have been others that have just played the game of badminton as they've always played it, which is the build up to 21 points, which so far is just a little bit off the pace. Now, this is better from Sony. He's playing the ranges, but still, there it is.
It's just that clear every time Conchuro tries to clear. Lu is onto it, and just very precisely bring it to ground.
It's true, almost every single one of those winners has been unreachable. He has put it in the exact spot that it has to be in. That was a very risky backhand. And again, that was probably the riskiest point we've seen yet from him.
Lu Daran smiling a little bit.
A tiny bit.
He was glad to see that one hit the net in the end, but
really it was that backhand clear, which from the center of the baseline, which could have gone anywhere. But again, you saw him, as soon as he reassessed the situation, place himself in a position where he could fire off that killer winning point.
Service over. 1-2.
Lu Daran not able to control that. Puts it out down the line.
And there's yet another unforced error. Sony carries it too long.
It's been quite an effective serve from Lu Daran. He has played the flick serve a couple of times, and that one it really flat-footed Kanchuro.
He has played a variety of shots. And enough.
Service fault call. Service over. 2-4.
Well, it's an unusual style of serve from Lu Daran. It's a close call whether it's a fault or not, and on this occasion the service judge electing to call it.
It's good to see Sony moving around the court a little bit faster. Definitely putting the pressure on. That's exactly what we were talking about warming up your game, because if you count up the points, it's actually 21. He's just about ready now. But is it too little too late? As long as Lu Daran doesn't get overawed and can deal with this extra level of pressure, he should be fine.
Of course, in Purple League, never too late to make a contribution of a game.
You've seen
every game counts.
Every point counts and every game counts. It is based on games and games difference, your position in the Purple League table. But should two clubs be tied at the end of the season, regular season, which would be on February the first week of February, then the points themselves will differentiate them. And of course, of the 12, the top 8 will make it to the Champions Challenge, a special weekend. There's a nice change up of rhythm again from Daran.
Just aggressive and quick. Latching onto that.
Again, controlled well. So he is beginning to find his game, Sony Kanchuro. So important to keep very, very close to your opponent in terms of points. 5 or 6 adrift. It could be curtains for you. Here's that shot again. Looks like he can unleash it at will.
It's that forehand side, and Kanchuro is just, he's getting tempted into playing into that area. And it's maybe the 4th time that just a flick of the wrist and it's past him.
What a shot. What a shot. The mark of a confident player.
Yeah. We're smiling in the commentary box here because it's a real class act when you can pull that off. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, very difficult.
No answer.
Yeah, what a way.
And again, Conchuro just not learning the lesson. The forehand and the backhand. Blue down very strong today. Anything that's lifted is just coming back at force.
With interest.
And Conchuro looks suddenly very tired out there at the moment.
Yeah, this is a very, very key point in this game and the match. 8-5. It's important for Sony to win this point. And he does. But he's still not out of danger yet. Quick court clean. If you've just joined us, this is the Kopiko Purple League, the inaugural season, Phase 2. And the phase that we'll see at the end of it, the champions, the runners-up. 7 match days left to play for each of these 12 clubs taking part. And of course, come down like all of these people right here on your screen to the Sports Arena Sentosa to sample a brand new atmosphere in badminton. Or you can watch it all live in HD on Astro Network.
Lou Darren looks very satisfied with himself. He should be. That was lovely cross-court defense.
I was happily and very easily describing how you could get in touch with the Purple League because I was so confident that he was going to win that point. He actually looked so calm when he was doing it. Plays on the front foot, plays on the back foot. Equally effective. That one was just called wide.
7-9.
He is plucking those shuttles out of the air. And he's still got a 2-point lead, and he's 2 points away from a 3-0 win in this match. Now, a testament to Sony's game is that the unforced errors total is balanced out a little now. Sony's just 2 ahead. Well, 1 ahead now after that.
This is where Lou really has to make the extra effort to kill this game off. Very dangerous to let an opponent like Conchuro come back into it.
It would be remarkable if he could. Well, we have seen the likes of Lee Hanel. That was great. Just out of reach.
Great shot from Lou Darren.
So he has 2 match points.
Powering it from the corner to corner.
And don't forget, in the Purple League, of course, just 1 point should both these players be tied on 10. Just 1 point will decide it, which is why we've had these wonderful double match point situations. We've had match point, game point situations. This one currently looking like it's heading the way of Puchong. That's the one line on the court that has not been doing him any favors whatsoever. The rest of the court has been fine for him.
Just overcooking it there.
You did get the impression at that point he just wanted to kill that off. Now he may have just opened it up. It is, don't forget, a long way back from here for Sony Conchuro if he's going to win this. But perhaps he could snatch a game back for his club. got the chance to do that right now. So, as I said, just 1 point to decide this game.
Well, Kanchuro knows that it's often the last 2 points which are the hardest. Lu's had a fabulous game so far, and just getting over that hump at the end. Kanchuro is now back in this.
And that's how you do it. Nothing spectacularly different about what he did in that game, but he at least picked up the pace a little bit and started playing the corners with equal precision.
Full credit to Kanchuro in that last game, because we were all complimenting Lu on a fabulous match so far, and it looked like Kanchuro was well beaten, but he held on. He knows that the concentration can lapse just on the point of victory.
That's right.
And Kanchuro has now got a game back.
And you did
and
see...
This is quite dangerous for Lu Darren.
You did see Lu Darren just perhaps snatching at a few of those clinical smashes of his just near the end. And yes, it is. No player ever, when you're 2 games up, is going to want to lose the third. Just have that chance, that one chance. Things could go wrong, especially when your opponent is as experienced as Tony Kanchuro. So, perhaps a bit of light at the end of this tunnel for Ampang Jaya. Puchong United, as I said earlier, had an absolutely stellar first phase to the Kopiko Purple League, battling it out at the end with Moa City up at the top. The only thing that separated them was that Moa City had lost 2 more games. They both won 61. This is great play from both. Oh, wonderful shot. This guy's drop.
A little hop there from Kanchuro, so he's trying to work the front and back of Lu Darren, and all that way through that rally, pushing him to the back, bringing him to the front. He was trying that in the first games, but it wasn't working out because his drop shots were not on par and his players were mid-court, but it seemed to pay off on that occasion.
So he takes the first point of the 4th game. Now, this is what he's going to watch out for. If he's going to stage a comeback in this match, he's going to have to track Lu Darren point for point, shot for shot, and make sure he doesn't make any of those unforced errors that were creeping into his game.
Yeah, a lot of cheap points there again from Kanchuro.
Now we have a 3-point lead opening up, and I would think that Lu Darren would be a little bit more focused near the end of this game, should he get that. And he's himself facing the plague of unforced errors at the moment. Wow.
A slower half smash from Kanchuro, deceiving Lu Darren a little bit there. Just brings it down.
He has great experience and great many shots. And I think the speed may be sapping out of Darren's game. He looks a little bit weathered now.
It's in. And that was a.
It was close.
That was a full bore smash from right at the other end of the court. Perfectly placed.
So 5-4.
Landed in.
And that was the only thing that he could do. Sonny was controlling that point very well.
Yeah, just again playing the net, bringing Lou forward. Some net shots, a little bit fortunate to get away with the lift at the end. But he'll take that point because he's given away enough already in this game to feel that he's justified.
And that killer smash. No, I was just about to say wasn't working for him, but the second attempt.
Again, it's Lou has been very strong on that forehand smash side, and that's a good example of the risk that Conchuro takes every time he puts the shuttle in that area.
He has been trying to keep it a bit lower over the net. But it's true. As soon as he gets above a certain height, it's coming back with interest.
It's gone out.
It would have been an incredible shot playing on the backhand side if it had stayed in on the line.
I think they're going to come and clean the core. Yeah, Lou had a little slip, so asking for that to be taken care of.
So we stand at 7-5, and new Darren for Puchong United does have